Hello, everybody. We're going to start our session. So you're an empowering classroom literacy and leadership and financial literacy. I hope you all having a wonderful time this Friday. Thank you so much for being here. This will mean nothing if none of you would join us. Um, right now we have around 8 people, and that's perfect. I am going to be making questions. I am checking the chat in my iPad. So please, if you feel like it, be active. I'm going to be reading the questions. If you notice I did not read the questions, uh, please feel free to open the mic and say, excuse me, Ada, I do have a question, but I try to be very vigilant when you guys raise your hand on the chat or when you put a question. Okay, so hi, everybody. I see very familiar faces. Miss Castro, Miss Godoy. Hi, how you doing, everybody? I'm glad you're here. So let's learn something, okay? For those of you that don't know me or are coming from middle school or high school, because I know we do have some middle school and high school teachers here, I am an elementary teacher. Um, this is something I have implemented in my classroom. So hopefully it works for you, or you find a way to manipulate it and use it in your classroom. If you do, please share your idea with us. There's always a new point of view, right? On how to um, see or approach things, right? So let's start it. So let me do it like this. So again, we are doing empowering classroom leadership and financial literacy. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Eira Munoz. I teach fourth grade. I've been teaching fourth grade for 8 years already. I've been working at Kelly Park Elementary for 10 years. Um, and I'm very into mini societies in my classroom. Okay, so I usually am very prompt to that. I allow a certain point my students to take the lead and their roles and in their classroom. And the way I do it is through jobs, right? Classroom jobs. So looking at the chat, please, everybody, uh, I did create this key. So if you would like to try to use jobs in your classroom because you're a brand new teacher or you maybe never tried them before, please put a heart emoji. If you try it and you're like, nah, it was not for me, it wasn't the right fit, put any crying or cloud emoji, raining emoji. And if you feel you've been doing jobs for 10, 15, 20 years, however experience you have, and you're a master, like every single year there's a success on your jobs, put a happy face emoji. So I'm going to be waiting in the chat to see. I want to know what kind of audience and teachers do I have in the classroom on our meeting. So let me see. Let me see. You like to try them, you try them, but you really didn't like them, or you're a master, you use them every year. So I have a couple people typing. I'm waiting for some answers. Very good job. Ms. Nora, she's a master of it. Ms. Josie, she's a master. Uh, what were the emojis? Oh, they're right there in the slide. I don't know if you can see. Can you see my presentation, guys? I didn't ask because I can see it in my iPad. So it's a heart, a cloud emoji, a rainy emoji, and a happy or smile emoji. Miss Nidia, you say me. Perfect. You want to try them? You already master them. Thank you, Susana. So yes. So I see a couple people. Ooh, Fernanda loves them. Miss Leslie loves them too. She's a master of it. And I'm so happy. Like a lot of people use them. So hopefully this help you out because now we're gonna improve those jobs or create those jobs or try these new jobs with a new perspective, with technology, integrating technology. And please buckle up. It's such an easy ride. You're gonna love it. I'm your driver, but you're my co-pilot, so you decide what songs do we play, or where do we stop. So please let me know. Thank you, Miss Castro. She's saying she would like to improve her. So hopefully there's a way to improve them. So I do use my classrooms, and the classics are this, right? You've seen it in Teachers Pay Teachers, Pinterest, lecture. You go and you can either make them yourself and buy them. This is a very traditional way for us to do our jobs in the classroom elementary level, right? Thank you, Ms. Josie. Me improving. Perfect. Hopefully, this is the right way. Now, have you ever heard of Class Bank? Do you know about it? Yes and no's in the chat, please let me know. Have you ever heard of Class Bank? Last year used to be called Class Equity. So maybe Class Equity. So Fernanda says no, Azucena says no, never heard of it. Um, Now, if you use online banking, what do I mean? Maybe you have your Chase app on your phone, or you access to the Wells Fargo website on your computer, right? And you transfer money. You use Cash App, Zelle, or Venue, or I forgot what's the other one that they use a lot, Apple Pay, right? If you have any of those as an adult, you know what online banking is, and it's a way we organize our money, right? We budget, we pay things through it most of the time, right? We even access our accounts. So we class bank is going to provide that simulation for your students, and you're going to have control of it. And this is how you create your community. And this website not only going to help you to organize your banking or your jobs a little bit better, but also reward the students, redirect the students, and um, improve your classroom management and be hand to hand with financial literacy tips, right? So, and you're like, what? How is that possible? So, through this app, through this website, we're gonna talk about what do I do with the jobs, how do I apply for my classroom management, and how does that imply financial literacy. If you see all these bullets, I'm gonna try my best to remember to cover all of them in this session, right? So first of all, your jobs. So if you go, and this slide, I'm gonna add it again on the chat. If you go here, guys, I have hyperlink the jobs. I have hyperlink jobs that I used in the previous. So when you have access, you're gonna make a copy, right? And you're gonna have the titles of jobs that I used before, right? So financial advisor, vocabulary manager, materialist, greeter, current events reporter, messenger. These are some of the jobs that I had in my classroom previously. Some of them repeat, right? And they're gonna be for you guys to have them and use them as you need. Um, First of all, I do create a job for each student. I do create a role for each of my students. So if this year I have 24 students, I create 24 jobs. If next year I have 15 students, which I don't think possible, but 15 students, I will have 15 jobs, right? Students through this website, students will apply for the job, right? They will apply for the job, and then I'm sorry, I didn't fix the typo. And then they will go to interviews. Those interviews can be done with you, or in my case, I have a very nice colleague in the fourth grade hall. With her name is Beatriz Gonzalez, and she loves to pretend to be human resources. So she makes the interviews for my future employees, and then you invite previous year students, previous employees, or previous students to share the experience to the new hires. So this guy do the job. Now, how does that possible, right? Let me show you the website. So you go to ClassBank. And again, everything is hyperlinked. Once I give it to you, give you the slide on the chat, you're gonna be able. So you go to ClassBank, how I say formerly called Class Equity, and then you're gonna log in and then teacher. I'm going step by step. Once you do teacher, first, if you're brand new to it, you're gonna sign up. Very simple. You do it through your Google account. So it's the same one. So you see how this one's I sign up now. So you do teacher, continue, sign up with Google. Simple. Oh, and don't forget to check, right? Sign up with Google. There you go. You choose the account you're using. And this is how you do it. Now, you will see a classroom already made in mind because I used this website last year. I've been using online banking with my class for 3 years already, but previously I used to use another website, which it became more popular, more difficult to use to, and then very expensive. This website that I'm showing you is completely free. They do have a pro, and I will show you the difference, but in reality, I'm very happy with the free version of it. So you go to classes, you're gonna add, you're gonna name your class. So in my case, my future class for next year is going to be Ms. Munoz, 24, 25. I can choose the grade level, which is fourth grade, an icon that represents it. I'm just going to put this one right here. And then you can apply settings, which is all bonus stores, items, jobs, expenses, and fine from select class will be copied. So I can copy my previous one, saving accounts, and look, interest to the nearest whole number or allow students to earn interest on their savings. So very real life situations, right? We want to talk to our students. So I'm going to say maybe fifth grade teachers would like that feature. And here it is. Now, once I have it here, I can add my students, right? Or I can provide my students with a class code. They provide you with the link. You select it, right click copy, and then you put it in your Google Classroom. So I do have it in my Google Classroom from the previous years. Let me show you how it looks like. So from my previous year, right here, I have my community bank and I have other activities that we related to it. And here it is. I added link and then I put the code that they gave me for my students to access. This is a different code since I create a brand new classroom. Any questions so far? The students, as soon as they log in, their account is created. You need to add your students before you give them the link, right? And you just do that. Add student information, and you add their first name, their last name. You don't need to do username and password because it's going to link through their Google Classroom. Okay. Any questions? Any questions so far about the website, about ClassBank? So far, so good. Yes. Okay. No questions. Thank you, Susanna, for answering. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So we have no questions. Now, the next part of my presentation will be the jobs, right? So we were talking about the jobs. So how does it work? So I show you all these lists of jobs that I have, right, for my students. Now, so when you go to Class Bank, you're going to go here to the tab that says jobs, and you're going to add jobs. Very simple. They do suggest you some jobs if you don't want to come up with your own. But if you are a teacher who's been teaching for several years, and I'm going to use Azucena as an example because she works at my campus. Azucena has been a teacher for many, many years, and I know she already knows what she needs in her class, right? Something, and I'm going to give you a very good example. I don't like storaging students' backpack in my classroom. I know there's teachers who like to buy those bins and put the backpacks in the bins and stuff like that. So those teachers have backpack monitors or center monitors, things like that. I don't do that. So that's a job I don't have, right? Need for it in my classroom, right? So those are little things just to show you each classroom is different and each teacher is different. And there's teachers who likes to do things on their own way. So there's jobs that work. Now, for me, the main 7 jobs that I have, it will be my financial advisor, my greeter or receptionist, right? My messenger, my pencil patrol, my line leader, my librarian, and my supply manager. And I would say attendance. Those are my main ones. My 7 must be in Miss Munoz's class. I have to have it. So I will add the jobs here, right? So you type the name. Is it a full-time or part-time? All my jobs are full-time, and the salary. Now, for salary, Ms. Gonzalez and I'm going to mention her name very often. She's going to join us later. Ms. Gonzalez and I choose between 35 and 45. In my previous session, they were like, oh, Eira, how is it that you choose that amount? I will let you know as we go on, I promise. So let me show you my last year. This is my new one. This is my last year's. So these are my jobs. So if you notice, all my jobs are here already posted, and the students I already hired some students, or some students apply for the jobs, and this is one of them. So when I do the positions, let me see if I have it here. If you notice, I put the title, which is class librarian, bibliotecaria de la escuela, and then I put the responsibilities. Keeps the classroom library organized, returns classmates' library books, monitors students' AR goals weekly, supports school librarian, right? And I do it in the same in Spanish, English and Spanish, and I choose the $35. If you have questions, please feel free to put them in the chat as I go. I know I speak very fast sometimes, so feel free to stop me, no problem. And then the qualifications, maybe you will have to, I didn't put qualifications this year. I may do it next year, especially for my attendance, my 7 main ones, because I need somebody who's present, somebody who's responsible, somebody who knows how to manage situations, things like that. You can add it. Now, if you don't have time to come up with all this, believe me or not, I use AI. I use ChatGPT to create it. So I asked ChatGPT, and I'm going to give you an example. Here's my ChatGPT. Or you can use any AI that you feel more comfortable if you use Copilot or anything. Uh, what roles sorry, I type faster than I talk, right? Roles are important for a door holder job in a fourth grade. So I asked them, and then they ask you in a fourth grade classroom, the roles are, and they give it to you, boom. So you didn't have to worry about creating them. They give you a bunch of them, and if you think they're too high order vocabulary, uh, make them get friendly. And then be on time, be responsible, be polite, pay attention. So AI will help you a lot. As Susana's asking me, will be switching to my mobile app. Have to run. Oh, I'm sorry. So she's leaving. It's okay. Thank you. Now, so okay. So just to let you know, you can use AI for this. This is a way to like work smarter, no harder, right? So once you create your jobs, automatically the students are going to be able to see the jobs that are open, right? And you can close the jobs as soon as you hire everybody, or you can open them, right? How do you get paid? Perfect. So let's perfect. Thank you for asking. So let me do that. So for example, I posted this meteorologist job because my original one, my first employee, he had attendance situation. So I had two girls applying for the job. So Sophia, she said they asked the question, right, when they applied for the job, what experience or qualifications make you the best candidate? And then she's like, soy buena en este trabajo. Why do you want this job? Para ayudar a Felipe cuando falte. So things like that. So the students apply, and once you hire, you notice I have pending applications compared to employees. You do get paid, and I'm going to talk about it right now. This is why my financial advisor is very important, because I don't take care of any of these. The only thing I do is set it up. Everything else starts running through my students. Remind you, I'm a fourth grade teacher. Would they work the same with first grade students? I believe so. I don't think it's that hard. Students are very amazing with technology. And I think as long as you're supervising, it will be very manageable. And you don't have to start. So let's go back to it. So once you hire your students, right, they get their job, how much money they make, right? So if I look at my employee here, my recycling advocate, he gets paid $35. You can either, if you're lower grades or you're barely first starting, you can set up then the settings that you want the students to get paid every 2 weeks automatically, or you can make your financial advisor to pay them every 2 weeks. So you're teaching them schedule and time management at the same time to the students, because they're not the only ones that provide payments. My librarian provide payments, my attendants provide payments, my technology provide payments, my desk supervisors provide payments for my students. So let's continue and then we will see this. Any questions on how to post jobs? That was my first step. Posted the salary, the using AI to put the description. So far, so good, everybody. And Nidhi, I promise I will show you how to they get paid. Promise, promise, promise. Anybody, any questions so far? Yes, are we showing an improvement already? Yes, yes, yes. I hope so how to post jobs. That's the step one, right? Posting jobs. And you can always add new jobs or remove jobs if you students withdraw or you need a different timer helper. Uh, so you can always do that. Something that I did for those 7 main jobs that I have in my classroom, I hired substitutes. So I got substitutes for them because those are jobs that without them, my classroom would not function. So I always need somebody in that position. A very good example would be my line leader and my door holder, right? So especially now that our doors are locked all the time, so it's a very important position for us, right? Somebody very responsible and knows the rules. Now, so let's go back to the next one. Let me continue with my slides so I don't lose the track. Okay, so now the next one will be our classroom management, right? So how do they get paid? This is the thing that it goes, right? So their bonus. So when you go here on your, let me close the tab, sorry, right? You go to students, and I can select all my students, and right here, you can either send them a bonus, send them a fine, send them their paychecks, which is already established when they got hired, or send an expense. Now, in the previous session, they asked me, Miss Munoz, how do you, or Eira, how do you decide the salary? Because I'm between 35 and 45. I base it on their bills. So these are the bills my students had to pay last year: air conditioning, internet, rent, which includes desk, chair, and classroom, and utilities like water, light, trash, service, etc. I was trying to explain to them that AC goes here, but they wanted to add it. Now, all this is with the students' participation. None of this is, I do have previous idea, what do I want, but I'm giving ownership to my students, right? So I talk to them and say, hey, what do you think we should pay for air conditioning? Or what do you think should be the bill for internet bill and our rent? And for the rent, I think it was funny because my students were like, oh, miss, but I'm not going to use the chair today. And I was like, okay. And I'm like, no, that's not how it works. When you're paying rent for your house, when you don't use your house, you still need to pay for it, right? You still need to pay rent, whether you're living in the house or no. If you sign a contract saying that you will be paying rent for a year, you have to pay for every single day that you're there. The same with cars, right? When you rent a car or a tuxedo, right? Yes, extra credit. Yes, perfect. That's a very, very good idea. Now, so based on the amount they have to pay me for rent, you add it up and you're like, you know what? The students are going to be spending, in this case, is what? 18 plus 7, 20, $26, $27, $26. So the students are going to be spending $26. Let me give them extra, because the same as we do when you have find a job, you don't want a job that just give you exactly what you need and there's no one penny left over for you to enjoy the hours that you spend working, right? So you want to give those students a little extra. So this is how I set up the payments. I be sure they have enough. If they follow the rules and they do at least the very minimum in my classroom, my students, just for doing their jobs, they will get able to pay the rent or the bills and or the fixed expenses, right? Because in this case they're fixed expenses, and they still will have a little extra for later. Now, and this is where we talk about classroom management. The first one I want to talk to you about is bonuses. So these are uh, the areas where I gave my students bonus. So if they become AB annual, A annual, AR points. For AR points, if you use AR or accelerated reader on your campus, I gave my students at the end of 6 weeks $1 for each point. So if they read 25 points, they get receive $25. If they read 1.8 or 1.5 points, they only get $1.50. You try to run that out because using cents is a little bit complicated, especially um, for doing the maths. If you don't, we don't teach adding and subtracting decimals until fourth grade. So previous year I would stay away from decimals. Um, Attendance, change routine. When I say change routine, maybe I had a student have to relocate their seats. But in my classroom, I don't have extra space. I don't have empty desks like, move over here, right? So that means I have to move a student who probably is doing really well to that seat. So because I changed the routine of that student, I pay back for that. Compliment from another teacher. They come back from the library, and my librarian is like, they did wonderful. They get paid. We are in the hallway, and they're behaving very well. Great job in the star rotations. This was a bonus that I add at the end of the year because we did rotations to get ready for the star. I station ICP improvement, organized at this area, part-time job. Our PE coaches would do a Falcon class reward, productivity, PSJA school spirit, and Super Falcon. And again, these are things that you already talked to, and you talk to your students. I didn't choose the price of any of those. And here are my bonuses, and the same way, you add, you put the title, and how much is that value. So I talked to my students, and to them, attendance was worth $1 a day. $1 a day. But then compliment by teachers, $15. So I talk to them and let them know, okay, how much. I do have students that are like 1,000, $1 million, right? But then you try to be realistic and be like, okay, but this is how much you earn. What do you think? And stuff like that, right? Would it be fair if we lose this amount? Because then you do the opposite of bonus, right? Because for everything goes up, something has to go down, right? So you do the finance or like fines, right? So these are my fines. Usually I have more fines than bonus, and they're more expensive than bonuses. right? So you're fine. So whatever rule you have in your classroom and your grade level and your school, those are ones that you want to put in the class and your fines. You have to put them there and be. You either can hire somebody who keeps record of them and then subtract them money and tell the financial leader to subtract the money from there, or you are very true to it. Like you don't want to say I'm gonna take money away and don't do it, right? Um, so these are my fines, and I'm gonna show you the prices that my students select. Hopefully it allows me to do that. Let's see. There you go. So for absences, if you're present, you earn $1. I think we have said my students have decided $1 for attendance. Yes, $1. But if you out, $4. Right? If you're absent without, and then we talk about medical excuse and stuff like that. And then my class agree that medical excuse should not be punished, but then on earn money. That's what they decide last year. Arguing and fighting, dishonesty, excessive talking, high station decrease in their points, messy area or desk. This is something my desk supervisor will subtract money, and this is my data student will subtract money from them. Move the line position. My line leader was the one who select, and last year was a girl. She will create a line order on my class and then write it down in the wall. And if she needed to switch students, they will be charged for switching around, right? Off task, redirecting at rotations, reported by other teacher. That one was $10. Tardiness, runniness, uncharged laptop, vulgar language. Again, these are things that had to do with how I manage my classroom, right? Any questions right now about, because will be in the setup area of your class bank. So in your setup area, you set up your bonuses, your fines, and your bills. Any questions? So far, so good. So far, so good. Stacy's typing something. I'm gonna wait, and I'm gonna go over here. Oh, lost connection. Stacy, if you want to go back at the end, you let me know, and we can go back to anything you want. Okay, now financial literacy. So, for example, besides our rents, and we have fixed and right fixed expenses and variable expenses, which is something that we need to teach in fourth grade for sure, vocabulary, right? We have the fixed expenses, and the variables will be the store, your wants. Now, the same way, students, when they access to their account and your Google link that you posted, they need to make their balances. So I'm gonna go in the student account so you can see how it works. Log in, and this time I'm gonna do as a student instead of a teacher using my Google account, right? So if you notice, this is my student. So they will, once you hire them, it will show them what job do they have, right? And as they getting paid and as they're getting fines and bonus and all those and paying bills, they're gonna start showing up here. So they keep track of all the transactions, right? Once they keep track of their transactions, they need to find their balance. So that means the students, it tells them you deposit so much money for attendance. So they need to add and subtract constantly to be finding their balance. So they need to add their deposits and subtract their withdrawals. And that's vocabulary that's constantly being reinforced through the website. Okay. Once they have their balance, they can go to the store, right? So they can go to the store, and that will be our next section of this. So once they have their balance, they can go to the store. Now, the store looks like this, right? For my store. So these are items that I add in the store. If you buy the Pro, they give you the opportunity to do inventory. So if you have 79 pencils, 23 mechanical pencils, you can put it there. And as they're purchasing, they're reducing them from inventory automatically. But again, those are extra things that I don't think they're necessary to make it work. I think the free version gives you a lot. Okay. Debbie wants to be sure that you guys all register to the PD session. It's only one time. If you did it the first thing in the morning or you just join you for this time, Debbie just sent a message to us to please remind you to join in the PD session and check in, right? So that it can count for you. Now, so this is in my store, and you're like, well, Ada, where do you get all these things? Are you rich? Are you married with a prince? Do you have a special sponsor? I do, and their name is Donors Choose. Donors Choose is so friendly and easy to use because I know what it is not to have money and wanting to reward your students who've been working really, really hard, especially right. So Donors Choose is my special sponsor, but I'm not going to talk about it too much. I'm going to give the mic to whoever would like to share any experience you have with Donor Choose. Maybe you can tell me, oh, you know what? I request this and I got this. Oh, I was able to achieve this through Donor Choose. Anybody in the audience? Anybody who would like to share? No? No, no. Really, Nidia? Oh, okay. So you're gonna love whoever you're gonna present right now. So Donors Choose, it's a website where you as a teacher, I'm glad you say it. So you as a teacher um, can request different things to the public. It's open to, I think it's United States, right, Miss Gonzalez? I know Miss Gonzalez, my friend, my wonderful colleague, is here. I hope she
That I
too.
know of, is it is in the United States.
In the United States, right?
I
So
think
you
so.
posted, you Miss Gonzalez, you want to share a couple of the things you got for Donor Choose, maybe since
Where do I begin? I have 25 projects so far that I've gotten funded
and
throughout the
every
years.
project it's around what? 300,
Three
$400?
hundred, 300. Yeah, I don't
$300,
go.
right?
I try not to be over 300. That way it'll get funded faster.
Yeah, so you find people who would like to help you through your journey and would like to support your classroom. Why? Because it helps them to deduct out of continue to, let me see. Let me see if I can do it. If not, I'm gonna show you. I do have the slide in the other one. Let me just go for it. So Ms. Gonzalez, who's the person who spoke, she's my human resources at my fourth grade hall, and she's also the person who showed me about Donors Choose. And I got all my snacks and prices from them. We also got tons of books in Spanish, uh, which is challenging sometimes. So it's a very good tool for teachers. And if not, there's always a goodie, Teachers for Teachers with free rewards. These are coupons that you can use or you can mix it up. I know Ms. Gonzalez and I would like to mix them. And each of these images hyperlinks are already downloaded and link them for you so you can print it out if you're ready to use this route for prices in your store, right? Um, but if you would like our help, let me see. This is Miss Gonzalez. So this is Miss Gonzalez. If you check the QR code and if you look for her, her name is Beatriz Gonzalez from Kelly Far. I know she will happily help you out to your first time using Donors Choose. So she will keep in contact and help you out. By helping you, you help her because she gets extra money for her projects as when she helps other teachers to start using um, Donors Choose. So if you feel interesting about Anidia, I will write her name down and be sure you contact her. And I know you will be amazed at what is it that you can achieve through it. Yes, write it down. Write it down. Beatriz Gonzalez from Kelly Far. Fourth grade. There we go. There she is. Perfect. Now, so the store, the same thing, very simple to set up. You add an item. By the end, my supply manager will be the one looking for pictures in Google, downloading and uploading and putting the price for it. She will ask the financial and then her substitute, and and then at the end will tell me, Ms. Munoz, we think we should charge this much for this item, and I will be like, approve. Then at the end of the day, whenever she had time, it was a girl. Whenever she got time, she started doing all the orders. So I will open this page and put him in my smart board in my classroom. And with the touch screen, she will start going through, right? So she will be like, "Oh, Valentina, she asked for earbuds, goldfish, stickers, chips, other sticker, another goldfish, another sticker." So she will select them as she was filling in the orders, put it in a baggie, and then deliver the bag to Valentina on her desk, right? She will select them all and say accept, right? And boom, Valentina got all her things. This is last year, so Valentina's not getting the items. We already paid them back. Now we use reusable bags. Can you show us how your financial advisor or kit and the um charges or deduct the products? Yes. So if you get the pro, they will have access. You can create an email for them and they can have access from their computer. Since I didn't purchase the pro, what I did is in my laptop, because I have a desktop and a laptop and I use my desktop more in my class. So my laptop, I will open this website that you see here, and she will know to go to students, or he, I think at the end I had a boy, and then she will go select them all here, and then send paychecks, right? That's how they will get paid. Send paychecks automatically. Whatever is it that they got approved for payment, I will send it. I know Ms. Gonzalez, she does work with every so often give the students a raise. I did not do that because last year I was very fortunate. I had really good class. So they were getting bonus after bonus like crazy. So they didn't need extra money. So if you notice, Angie had $900 at the end, right? So that's how you do it. If you're doing bonus, it's the same thing. You select whichever student is getting the bonus. So these three students are getting bonus. The student will click send bonus. Which one are you doing? Oh, but they're getting extra money because they have organized desk. Okay, perfect. And then you submit the payment for them. Yes, it's very awesome. You just need, when you hire your students, you need to be very conscious of it. And Ms. Gonzalez can agree with me in the chat. Sometimes you choose students that you think they're going to do the job, and then you notice it was very challenging for them. And it's very hard to, I'm not going to say fire them, but then relocate them like, hey, you're awesome. But it is all online, no debit cards, no debit cards, no money, no nothing. That's everything digital. Everything is digital, nothing to do, which is something I was telling the previous group, because the previous group, when I started at Kelly Far, the principal there, who's no longer worked for the district, started doing Falcon Box because we used to be Falcons. And it was such a hassle. Print out the papers, call us for the store, all these things. If you ever use money in your classroom, you know how challenging and difficult it is, especially if you have to print it out and cut it out and all those things. So this is avoiding all those things, saving all the trees, all the mess, all the hassle of having money. And then you're teaching this new way of banking, online banking to your students. The same thing with the fines. If you're going to send a fine, you select the students that are going to get the citation because they did not respect the rules or there's something they messed up, and you put the fine. Where absent, you just select the students you're going to do it, and then you're going to send the fine. If it's a fine you already have previously talked about it, it's pre-designed. If it's something brand new, one of those that that you did not consider at the beginning of the year, you type it here and you put how much price are you doing for those, right? Nidia, I hope you win a prize because you've been participating a lot and I love it. Thank you so much. Um, the students log in with their Googles, correct? Like we show it right here on the community back. They log in with their Googles and then they start doing their clickings. There we go. Thank you so much, Ms. Gonzalez. Yes, completely agree. Right? So this is Ms. Gonzalez. This is the project I've been doing before. If anybody feels generous and would like to help us, right now they're doubling. Donor chooses doubling our projects that have to do with books. So we have a special donor that is giving double money. So this is the one for my class, and this is a project. It's my goal is $250, right? So and there's some companies that are doubling, and these are the items I'm requesting. So if you notice, Diary, the Whippy, the Babysitter Club, Dogman, the Bad Guys boxes, right? And right now, anything that we do is double. So you would put here how much money you would like to donate. If you $1, help us, guys. And then you see how much money, right? The minimum amount is $10. I'm sorry, $10, and you want to give it to, and then it will go through it. Sorry, it just glitched there. But whoever would like to help us, please, please, please. Do you do this through the day, daily, AM and PM? Okay, perfect question. Very good question. It depends. I usually only do one day out of the week. So the store has the ability to open and close. You want to close your store the days you're not using it, because then your students, since they have access to their computers, the students will be doing their balances while you're teaching, and then they start making orders for themselves because they have a lot of money. So I usually close the store and only open it on Fridays. But if my supply manager finish all her or his job, work at his classroom, and would like to be working on their job, I allow them to start filling in orders if we have like a time, right? I do, I do. My students will do this at the end of the day twice a week. Yes. So it depends on your class. It depends on your class, how advanced you are, and everything. The students look forward for it, and they look forward for working. My banker was like, Miss Munoz, we haven't paid the students, and we're due 3 days. We're gonna have to pay them extra money because we're behind. And I'm like, yes, 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 you're right. I need you. I just need you. You're in my computer. So yes. Uh-huh. You can close the store. So you as a teacher, right? Yes, all this is through your website. So when you're paying bonus, when you're charging finance, and when you are putting the store and filling in the orders, it's all through your teacher account. So you really need to have very trustworthy students that you are okay for them to be doing it from your account. You can always go back and delete a mistake or a charge or something, but yes, it's all through this thingy. Let me see. And yes, I think I already covered. So I'm ready for questions. This is my email from the district and my phone number. If you would like to text me, I have no problems. Just text me because if you call me, I will not answer. So I open the mic or the chat for whoever has any questions about Class Bank. If you have any more questions or suggestions or something, um, oh, there, Miss Gonzalez saying that she will have part-time stay as filling orders and showing up early in the morning. So they arrange with you. Oh, yeah, Miss, will you be okay to to be here at 7:30? I will be here to fill in the orders. One of my students was the security guard daughter, so she will stay behind to complete all the attendance papers. So she will be paying the attendance after school. Like you will be amazed of what your students become. 2 years ago, we have this wonderful librarian. It was in Miss Gonzalez class, and she organized the librarians every single fourth grade classroom and had meetings with our librarian for school and plan activities of how to improve AR in our school. Like, and those are things that they come up with. Like, those are not things that we tell them that will get extra money. They just feel this power and they start making it happen. Yes, but we don't have credit cards, but you can tie it with, right? Like, this is your balance. Tell me what's your balance. If you would have a debit card, this will be. But yes, these are some of the ways that you can at least talk about savings, talk about deposit, withdrawals, and all that. Yes, we love it. We really, really like it. This is going to be our second years using this website, and I feel it's very teacher friendly, very student friendly. Our previous one was a little bit more like 80s style, but this one is so colorful and simple to use. You can upload pictures with no problem. Like it's really, really nice. I'm glad you like it. This is for you guys. So yes, any other questions, suggestions? My middle school, high school teachers, do you find any use? Maybe you have clubs. I would like it for clubs, maybe, or even among teachers. I don't know. Like any type of club that you have or something. It would be nice. Oh, wow. But now this is for free. So I don't know if NAF does it. I know there's some banks, they do it for your children, right? They give credit cards to your own children. But at least this is a way, the closest thing, I guess, to what it works like a debit card works like. Because this is real money that you earn, right? And bills that you have to pay and fines that you have to pay, right? So it's real life money. So I think it's a very well way to use to compare with, right? Yes. Yes, you completely agree. And for your fines and your bonus, you're like, these are my expectations. And because in a job you have an expectation, right? When you're doing it, you're an employee, you have expectations. And I know there's places where I have a lot of family in Mexico, and they talk about how in their jobs they pay them for punctuality, for attendance, for completing tasks, for all these things, right? And so I feel this is just getting them used to, oh, these are all the advantages of this job, and these are the penalties in case you are not there. Yes, I completely agree. So yes, you can use it. I like how Ms. Juliana said that she would use it for her lab grading Rubik. Rubik. Thank you. Perfect. And yes, it's very friendly. I don't think it's hard to use at all. We do. I know I'm a big procrastinator. Ms. Gonzalez can prove for that. And I always leave everything to last minute, or sometimes I feel it's very overwhelming and don't do it. But this was so easy to implement. I was even surprised. And then how I say the kids start taking over. Mm, there you go. Mm, ooh, nice. Automotive play. Oh, I never heard of that. It sounds very interesting. Thank you for your presentation. Thank you. Thank you. Please do so. Use it. Um, Ms. Carmona already put the presentation session. And if you please fill in the evaluation, I will get $1 million. No, no es cierto. Uh, we're fighting for the money on the groups. No, no, no. Please, we can improve. If anything I can help you with during the year, or that you would like to help us, if you like more help from donors choose, I will help you out gladly. From Ms. Gonzalez, who's typing right now. She's wonderful, and she's very patient and nice. She deals with me, so that speaks a lot of her. So she will always. I will talk to the students when they were not doing their jobs and let them know I was not going to pay them for X amount of time, mainly because I had to do their jobs, like taking out the trash can or the pencils. Remember, we had challenge with the pencils. We need to have pencils ready, and our pencil ambassador was not doing the job, so we would do doing that. Yes, yes, definitively, Susana. You call us. We go help you out. Don't worry. Gonna be once you start doing it, it's gonna flow. And you don't have to start with a job for each student. It just makes it more fair for everybody. Like everybody owns it. Does it make sense? But you can start maybe with 5 jobs or 3 jobs or anything that helps your classroom, your choice. Yes, I am sharing the slide and I improve it. I know it was in the chat, so let me share it right now so you can have it. I'm just gonna make it a copy. So I'm sharing the slide with you guys. The entire slide is hyperlink. So you can click on the images. There you go. So you can click on the images. You can click on the images. And again, let me just put my last in case you want to contact us. Again, if you feel very generous and would like to help us, we do have different projects. If you would like to help maybe somebody in your campus is having a project and you don't know. So they let you know whose campus are available. And this is again my information. You're free to contact me for any questions. I love coffee. So we can have coffee anytime if you would like me to sit down and work with you. Um, if you haven't posted the jobs or if you have any questions, I really don't mind, right? Let's help each other. I do believe we're a family, so let's help each other to make it work. If you are not using your computer, you have to access through your teacher account. So so that way you don't have to worry about it. So yes, but if you're not using your computer, if you're using your phone, you may not be able to see it right away, but it will be there. If not, let me download it as a PDF, and I will update the PDF with the links too. Let me do that. So in case you guys file PDF. As soon as it's downloaded, I will put it there. Please don't forget to do all your reviews for all the previous sessions. Be sure you check in. I cannot mention it enough. I don't want you to be here on Friday and you didn't get the points for it. I'm just downloading the PDF, and as soon as it's ready, I will share it with you guys. Any other questions? We do have a little bit of time. Any other questions, suggestions that you may have? I only have 9 people left in my chat. Oh, and the door prizes. Let me see. Which one? The second one or the first one? This page, right? Oh, the link on the chat. Let me see, because I don't have any control of the door prizes for here. Let me see. We hope you have a Oh, I see which one. Let me ask Debbie and or Valentin or Sinaida. Let me call him. Let me see. I already request Debbie to join. Hopefully she comes over because that will be on their end. Yeah. No, of course. I want all of you to get door prizes. I do. Make sure you come back Monday and check our PSJA door prizes. I think they just hyperlink it by accident, but we can ask. Yeah. They're gonna start announcing it on Monday. So you need to go pick them up. They're not gonna, I don't think they're gonna deliver on the campus. Are you sharing the PDF version? Yes. Is it ready? Yes, it's ready. Let's do that. Yes, I am. There you go. Yes. There it is. Perfect. There you go. And I think this is it for today, guys. Have a wonderful Friday. I don't think they have anything else on the agenda. Let me see. Let me just double check before I send you home. Right? Schedule. Let me see. There you go. So it says by 2:55 breakout session. Check door prices to see if you are a winner. End of the conference evaluation. Please give us feedback. Other than that, I think we're good to go. Have a wonderful Friday, everybody. Here's the link for the door prizes. Thank you so much, Ms. Gonzalez. You see, without her, I cannot survive. Thank you. There's the link. There's the link, Miss Bonilla. There's the link. So if you wanna check it out and see if you win or not. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend. Our last weekend, right? Before we start with work day next week. Woo! Have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy it. Rest. Enjoy the rest of the week, our last vacation week. Thank you so much for everything. Again, any questions, I'm here for you, and Ms. Gonzalez too. Thank you. They should. I didn't put any. And if they cannot see it, you call me and I send it to you again, private email or through Teams. Don't worry about it. Like they should be able to see it. And I think you can if you present it with your computer or through your Teams, you even can share the video of this presentation. If not, you can also ask Valentin or Debbie, and I'm pretty sure they will happily help you. Or I don't mind, I can go and show it to anybody from your colleagues at your campus. I will happily go. Happily go. Thank you, Miss Camarillo. Have a great evening. Bye. ¿Qué pasó a Susana? ¿Qué pasó?